Hi everyone, welcome back to Meta Perfume. This is Emily coming to you from rainy Los Angeles. And I apologize if you can hear the rain. I tried to test it, see I think it's dying down some now, but hopefully the sound is pretty good, so I will project. I'm starting my 4-part installation of my entire perfume collection with this celebrity edition video. And I've decided to pull my top 10 out of my collection from any category, do those last, and start with my celebrity perfumes today, and I'm going to rank order them. So I'll start with the ones that I would rate the lowest and then move progressively up to the ones that I like the best and would rate the highest. So let's get started. The first perfume we have is Ariana Grande's Cloud. Ain't got no tears left to cry, cause about this perfume, I don't like it that much, but I'm gonna try to figure out how to wear it because it was the most expensive celebrity perfume that I have purchased. It was between 50 and 60 bucks at Ulta, and I bought it on the recommendation of several reviewers who all started talking about it at once, and they really all liked it. Sarah Mays' husband was like a cat, and this was catnip, and he was just adoring this perfume, and that really did it for me. I was like, okay, well, if he likes it that much, there must be something to it, so I went out and bought it. But I think the thing that I don't like about it is the praline note. I realized that I think that's just a note that doesn't really sit so well with me. So given that, yeah, that has praline in it, I'm going to try to layer it. And I was experimenting with some layers. I started with Jimmy Choo. I thought that helped the situation, just regular old Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. But it was a little bit too strong still, and it has a pretty good longevity, so it was covering up the dry down of this, which I actually prefer to the opening. So I was thinking, well, something along these lines, but maybe with a little bit less longevity, still sweet to kind of mask the opening of this one. And I landed on Jimmy Choo Blossom. Jimmy Choo Blossom. Or Ariana Grande Cloud. Now, this works well. This will help me get through this perfume. And I think I might buy more of the Blossom just to pair with this Cloud perfume to mask that praline I do not like so much. But a lot of people love this perfume. It gets really high marks, and I think it's good for the winter. Good for a cloudy day like today, and people really love it. Men really like it on women, so it's not a bad perfume. It's just not my favorite personally. Next we have I'm just Jenny from the block, going to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Yes, we have the Miami Glow by JLo, and this perfume has passion fruit, coconut, pink grapefruit, and vanilla as the main notes that people can smell in it. But there's a little bit what smells to me like a creamy note, and I'm not that keen on a creamy note in this perfume. Even though it doesn't say cream as a note, it smells kind of milky to me. And it's okay. I wear it in the hot weather, wear it maybe once or twice in the summer, during the night probably. And it's good for what it is. I'll probably have it for a long time though. So, JLo Miami Glow. And we have Britney Spears Fantasy Edition. So I bought the small bottle because I think this perfume is kind of a pop icon reference perfume. Like, you really want to smell like a teeny bopper or like a young person. This has got a white chocolate, cupcake, kiwi, and lychee prominent notes in it, so it's very sweet. It's nice. I wear this sometimes by myself. I don't usually wear it out, but I will put it on every once in a while when Britney's striking me. Fantasy by Britney Spears. Next we have another Fantasy. This is the Intimate Edition, Fantasy Intimate Edition, again by Britney Spears. Now, I realize that I have a bit of bottle bias, so I will tend to I would not buy a perfume for the bottle, but I will avoid smelling perfumes if I think the bottle is really tacky. If it looks like cheap or plasticky to me, I generally won't even smell it, no matter how good people say it is. That's not true. I mean, they have to really, really rave about it in order for me to test it out if the bottle is kind of funky looking to me. So yeah, but in the other way, I will actually tend to buy perfumes if I already have a bottle that I like, and I like the bottle, and I have perfumes in that same bottle. So that maybe was part of the reason I have such a good Britney collection, because she is pretty consistent with her fantasy series, and the bottles are cute. So this one is nice. It's good for intimate setting, I'd say, good for a date night. It stays pretty close to the skin. It's got brown sugar and vanilla and musk and lychee as the main notes. It's very decent longevity. I'd say like maybe 3 to 5 hours on this one, and it doesn't have a big projection, which is what makes it good for a date night or intimate setting, where, you know, we could smell right up close, but it's not going to project or be too much from far away. And that's Britney Spears Fantasy Intimate Edition. Next I have Nude by Rihanna, and this I was pretty neck and neck with Fantasy in terms of how much I like it, but it is a vanilla orchid, guava, pear, sandalwood, and musk prominent perfume. And it has a pretty good longevity, I think maybe because of the musk in it. It's nice and fruity. It's got a fructose kind of opening, a little bit floral in the middle. As it dries down, you can see that floral come out a little more, but the fruit is prominent, and that it does kind of stick around throughout the wearing of it. So Nude by Rihanna is my next celebrity fantasy, or Nude by Rihanna is good. Next I have Glow by JLo. Now this perfume I like to wear to the gym. It's very floral, and to me it smells like a particular flower, but it actually has a bunch of flower notes mixed in together. And the most prominent note people can smell is musk. Now, I don't recognize musk very much as perfume. It's in so many perfumes that I can never pull it out as a note. I don't know. But it has jasmine, rose, neroli, orange blossom, and grapefruit as well. And since I'm a really big fan of citrus perfumes, citrus is actually my favorite type of perfumes. I think the grapefruit probably helps a little. But to me it just smells very floral, but light still. And yeah, put this on before I go to the gym, and it's inspirational. Get my workout on. Next I have Rocker Femme Fantasy by Britney Spears, and I like this. It's pretty feminine. The prominent notes are whipped cream, blackberry, vanilla, and coconut. And it's kind of, it does have a creamy vibe, but I actually kind of like it better. It's pretty feminine, maybe a little bit more feminine than I generally prefer. So what I like to do with this perfume is mix it with Shiseido Zen, because that perfume has a pine note in it that makes it a little bit more masculine than I like generally. So when I mix this slightly more feminine with that slightly more masculine perfume, I get something that actually I like better than both of them when I layer it together. So Britney Spears, Rocker Femme Fantasy. Next I have Reb'l Fleur by Rihanna. It's my second Rihanna. And my only celebrity perfume I realized with a patchouli note. And I am a pretty big fan of a fruity patchouli, and this is definitely a fruity patchouli. It's got really delicious coconut, vanilla, peach, patchouli, and plum. So definitely very fruity, and it's just really a nice, just from the opening, and then has pretty good longevity as well, I think, because of the patchouli. So yeah, Reb'l Fleur by Rihanna, another good celebrity perfume. And now Jessica Simpson's Fancy. Fancy is primarily caramel, vanilla, almond, and pear. To me, it has a little bit of like, if you were to make an EDT out of the La Nuit Trésor, I think it would kind of resemble this. It's resembles that perfume to me, but just more toned down and subtle, and it's really delicious. I've got compliments on this where people go, oh, that smells expensive. I'm like, well, it's not expensive, it's fancy. But I didn't tell them that. But it's a good perfume. It's a really nice almond, gourmand, but not too heavy. It's definitely sweet, but it's still just a little fruity. Yeah, it's really nice. My next favorite is Britney Spears' Midnight Fantasy. Midnight Fantasy is, it's good. Plum, sour cherry, vanilla, orchid, and amber are the notes in this. Now this, I would wear on a date as well, but maybe more towards the beginning of the night, and then as it dried down, I might throw on something that was a little bit less strong. It's not strong. It's probably got 4 to 6 hours of longevity, depending on how much you put on. I tend to go a little heavy on Britney's perfumes just because they're inexpensive and the longevity isn't crazy and the projection isn't that big. So I feel like I can get away with kind of extra sprays of these, and generally it works out. So Midnight Fantasy by Britney Spears, very delicious. Next, I have one of my very favorite summer fragrances. This is Island Fantasy by Britney Spears as well. And this is a heavy citrus perfume. It's not heavy, it's a very light citrus perfume, but it has a lot of citrus notes in it. So you see the most prominent is actually a watermelon note, followed by various citrus, sugarcane, clementine, and mandarin orange. Excuse me. So this I spray the heck out of in the summertime. It's one of my go-tos. I think it's just really light and nice. The watermelon note is really nice and prominent. So yes, in the summer, this is a go-to for me. Island Fantasy by Britney Spears. And the last one that I'm going to cover in this video is Circus Fantasy by Britney Spears. And I have a few more celebrity perfumes that I will put into my top 10 video, but this one is the last one I'll feature here. And this is just a delicious, it's a little bit heavier, maybe good for fall, the nighttime in the spring. You could wear it in winter. I don't think it's a very good summer perfume because it's maybe a little bit too heavy for the warm weather. It's got sweet notes, which I don't understand why sweet notes is a note, but whatever. Raspberry, apricot blossom, sugar, and vanilla as the main components here. And it's just a really it's good. I like, yeah, it's just very tasty, kind of unique. The bottle is super cute. And that does it for my celebrity installment of my perfume collection. Stay tuned for the next video I'll put out will be my designer perfumes, followed by my niche and other, which is kind of a catch-all for anything that I didn't think fell into celebrity or designer or niche categories, and then the top 10. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video if you could, and activate the notification bell because I'll be posting more videos and then you can tell. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.